Welcome to DeKalb, Illinois for IHSA AA State Softball. Hello everyone, I'm Ann Penstone. I'm pleased to be giving you the championship game between the Steelmen of Joliet and the Moline Maroons. I'm also going to be working with one of the star coaches in the state, formerly of Morton and now with Linkaway, Gigi McIntosh. And Gigi, you've been in this game. We have two rookies facing each other.
Well, newcomers to the IHSA state championship game, but they're not newcomers to championship softball.
True, and Joliet was here 2 years ago as sophomores. Now here they are as seniors, and here's the route to get to this game.
Well, they came through the Joliet Catholic Regional and beat their nemesis Lockport, who eliminated them last year from the postseason run.
Well, it always takes great players, and Mary Jazak, their star pitcher, also can do something with the bat. Earlier in the semifinal, she smacked a home run off the left field foul pole that was still going. Great contact on the line. The wind was behind her, but it didn't make any difference. It was gone when it left. And I tell you, Mary is an outstanding player, and along with her is Katie O'Connell, the coach's daughter.
Yeah, what a neat thing to be playing in a state championship game with your daughter playing second base, and a la Denny Thronberg and Casey. But, you know, Jacek, she's put this team on her back during the postseason run.
Absolutely. And Dale O'Connell, the coach, and it's his first time here, said that as sophomores they had a dream. Now as seniors, here's what he had to say.
This has been a dream ever since that. I told the girls when they came in as freshmen that we could win the state championship 2 years. We could win it for 2 years. And it's come down to 1 year now. And these girls are really focused. I can tell a difference coming up here this year compared to 2 years ago. I mean, it was fun being here and everything. This year they're here to play ball.
And the Moline Maroons come from the traditionally strong Quad City area, and here's their route to the championship game.
Well, playing in that tough Western Big Six conference gets them ready for the traditional tough Quad City postseason run.
A lot of times their record isn't as great, but it's simply because of the competition that they have to play, and they have great seniors as well, two of them. Kelly Bromley and Cassandra Hallstrom, one of three Hallstroms.
Well, if you need to get Team Moline sparked, you look to Cassandra Hallstrom, their leadoff hitter, but she also has driven in 2 clutch RBIs this tournament.
We talked to Mark Gerlach about what he thought it would take to beat Joliet tonight.
The key to our game is playing the way we know how to play. We talk a lot before the game about who we're playing, and our response to that is we're playing against ourselves. We're not playing against the other team. We know what we can do, and if we go out and play our game, we know we'll be all right because we got good hitting, we got good pitching, we got great defense.
Well, Gigi, we can talk all we want, but that's why we come to play the game. Let's be back with the starting lineups right after this. Welcome back to Mary M. Bell Field on the campus of Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, Illinois. As you look at the clouds that have rolled in after a very hot, humid, and windy day, the wind has calmed down quite a bit. Mostly cloudy now, and hopefully it won't affect our game tonight. AA championship game and our officials who have also reached this game on their merit. There you see the first base umpire is Joe Thompson. Behind the plate is Roger Garrison, and at third, Barry Pepper. 3 officials on this game, and now the defense, and the Moline Maroons will be the home team and are on the field. The infield, third to first, Bertude, Hallstrom, Hansen, and the other Hallstrom, that's Cassandra we talked about in the open, and the outfield left to right, Wooden, Bromley, and Johnson. Now Johnson is the other pitcher. The battery, Erickson and Barber. And Lindsay Erickson will lead off in pitching. They've run a tandem rotation here. That's Lindsay. And you see the very nice ERA and the record of 13-4. Little conference here as they get ready. The Maroons have been here many times before, but haven't been here for a while. And some of the fans painted, and they are ready. And obviously those are Joliet Steelmen, and their colors are blue and gold. Schuster, Saxon, O'Connell, and Brumman. Schwartz, Planinsek, Jazak, who hit that home run earlier, Cruz, and Olivas is the lineup for the Steelmen. Schwartz is 2 for 7 with RBIs this weekend, and she has been hitting a ton. And I tell you what, these girls can hit from Joliet. It's going to be up to Moline to silence the bats.
They've been ready since 1998 for this game. You can just feel the electricity in the air.
And leading off, Colleen Schuster, the junior shortstop. Number 2. Colleen hitting .288. Of course, her job to get on.
as any leadoff hitter.
It'll be crucial how Lindsay starts the game. They have the luxury of having 2 outstanding pitchers.
Well, it starts on the mound, and you can never have enough pitching. And Lindsay's done a nice job this year.
Counts 2-1. I'm sorry, 1-1. And it's the top half of the first inning, and you see the banner of the Northern Illinois Huskies. They put on just an outstanding show here to host the AA softball tournament. That ball right down is straight, and she goes ahead in the count 1-2.
It's very important for Moline to open first inning well on defense.
I think Coach Skurlach was really curious how Lindsay would be with this, and that was very important. Boy, he's got to be pleased with the 2-2 count. She's been ahead, gave her nothing much to hit.
Well, she's very composed on the mound, even though she doesn't have state tournament experience.
Both pitchers are juniors, which is a little scary for the opposing team. It goes inside in the full count, 3-2 to Colleen Schuster.
Western Big Six probably doesn't like that, 2 junior pitchers in the line.
It's great if you're coaching them and awful if you're the opponents. Shakes off her catcher. And that ball hit sharply but fouled off over towards the great lemonade stands. And boy, I tell you, that's good stuff. Freshly squeezed. Colleen Schuster smiled. I'm ready now, I'm ready. Of course, you want that leadoff hitter to get on any way she can, walk or hit.
This is a huge at bat. Schuster doubled in the opener game against Normal West.
Tries the outside and high, and we have a base runner, which is not what the Maroons wanted.
It's not a good start for Moline. You wanted to limit the walks and play good defense.
So with Schuster with good speed on first, that brings up Christina Saxon, a senior right fielder.
Joliet is a great bunting team. They'll bunt with 2 strikes, bases loaded. Anytime they'll put the bunt down.
There it goes. That ball thrown over the head of the catcher, Leanne Barber, and down to second without any contest goes Schuster. So in scoring position right away are the Steelmen.
Well, you want to throw a rise ball in this situation, and that's what Lindsay tried to do. It just happened to get away from her.
So the count 1-0 to Saxon. Tries again to bunt her down to third. Let's see if they count it as an attempt. Nope, 2-0. She pulled the bat out of the way.
And that was a nice change of pace. Sometimes pitchers are going with the out curve. Also hard pitch to bunt.
Ready now. Scoring position, second to Schuster. Good leadoff strike. Big pitch by Erickson. She needed to get one down. Settle down. That first inning is always so tough in this championship game. I don't care if your program's been here before until you stepped on the field. It's a whole new ballgame. Change up. Gets her to foul it off, so that probably eliminates the bunt situation. So that's nice. A little bit of a breath. Maybe
not with Joliet.
Now with Joliet.
2 strikes.
They'll go for it.
I've seen them bunt with 2 strikes, bases loaded, put the squeeze play on, 2 strikes, 2 out. So you got to be prepared for it anytime. But they're also a great hitting team.
Well, let's see what happens. It counts 2-2. Schuster on second, scoring position. That goes high, full count. So back-to-back full counts by Erickson. She did not pitch a lot of innings today, so fatigue, even with the heat, shouldn't be a big issue.
It's jitters right
Oh,
now.
that ball will have eyes. Oh, just foul. I'm telling you what, that just about kicked up dust. And Joliet coach down there is like, come on, come on. But she's going to have to come back. That would have been trouble in a run for sure.
Sometimes it's an advantage being the visiting team in a state championship game because you got a little bit of jitters, both teams do, and just the intensity of the game.
Coaching staff looking on, very concerned about what they're going to do with that ball. Now we've got back-to-back walks, so the first 2 batters get 3 passes. And that brings up Katie O'Connell, the coach's daughter, the second base senior.
Great hitter, but wouldn't be surprised if she lays down the bunt also. It's very important to score first, and they'd have runs at second and third then with 1 out.
You know, there aren't a lot of home runs in softball. It's hard to hit over these fences. That ball high and outside, 1-0, so it goes behind the 349 hitter. So Erickson having a little bit of trouble with her control, and credit Joliet for being patient.
They're selectively aggressive hitters. They just come right at you.
Any way she can, she wants to advance that runner.
Of course, choosing to let Katie hit isn't a bad idea either.
You really can't go wrong, Joliet. They are really terrific hitters. In fact, they've been even better in the tournament. Tries to go inside and misses the corner, 2-0. So after walking the first two batters, she goes behind 2-0 to Katie O'Connell. And it's no picnic to be facing Kelly Brumman if that's the case in cleanup.
Can't pitch her on anybody in this lineup.
Ah, big pitch, gets the strike, 2-1. She worried back on that one. These kids are used to playing 5 and 6 games in a tournament, so fatigue isn't much of a problem for them at all. But it's just the first time experience. Oh, big pitch, 2-2.
That's got to help her out there. Right now, she's just having, you know, the anxiety, the jitters of the game. Having a hard time, maybe even breathing when you get in that situation. And she came right back and found the strike zone. That shows her composure.
Needs an out. Oh, that ball ripped but foul. Took a little bit off, and she yanked it foul. So stays ahead, 2-2. This Joliet team, as we mentioned, here as sophomores and now senior laden. So this is the dream, and if it's going to happen, they want it to happen now. Okay, well, for the third batter in a row, the count goes full. So Erickson certainly earning her keep tonight. We got Schuster at second, Saxon at first, and Katie O'Connell at bat, full count, hit down first and right through. Jumped over by Saxon, and that throw comes in off the mark, but caught by Barber, and everybody on the throw, everybody's safe. So that was a single, advancing everybody. You see the smile. And we have runners everywhere for the Joliet Steelmen.
Oh, great base running. Credit Coach Mack down there at 30. Went all the way down the line to see if they fielded the ball cleanly, and then he held her up. You don't want to run yourself out of it with what could be a big inning with your four-hitter up here. You don't want to run into an out. Now you've got bases loaded with your four-hitter up. You're in a great situation right now.
Oh boy, you got to be happy. Coach Gerlach, and it looks like we're going to see a pitching change. And Erickson is going to leave the ball game here, and coming in will be Alexis Johnson. And we're going to have some defensive changes as well. Now, this is a normal rotation for them when anything happens. She's pitched just about as much. Alexis
Yes, they're
is a
used
junior.
to doing this.
Oh, yes. Alexis is also a junior. And what they're going to be talking about right now, of course, is what, in any situation, would they squeeze or what are you going to do with your number 4 hitter?
Well, believe it or not, you know, Moline's dug himself into a hole right now, but they do have bases loaded. They could very easily turn a very quick double play right back to the pitcher, and all of a sudden they could be out of it. So what Moline has to do right now is get out of this inning and possibly just one run.
There you see the new right fielder. It's Kristen Koenig. She replaces Johnson in right field. Lindsay Erickson leaves the game, and Alexis Johnson moves from right to pitch. So there's Koenig entering the game. She did not play in the semifinals, but
Alexis throws a screwball, and she has a good change curve.
a little bit different style pitchers, and gee, not a bad ERA. We went from .88 to .67. You're great, the both of them.
Not unusual to see ERAs under 1 in fast pitch softball. The screwball in softball is a ball that is going to break in on right-handed batters. It's an in curve called a screwball, and then a change curve is real tough to hit. We'll see if she throws over the outside corner or the inside corner.
Now, any differences that you've noticed or aware of mentally with either of these pitchers rather? And we've talked, you know, there are always important things that happen in the game, and there are always keys to both teams.
Well, the keys to for Moline was what we talked about earlier, stellar defense. They've got to play good defense. And then on offense, they've got to go with the pitch against Jazik. The key for Joliet is obviously Jazik and her defense.
I'll tell you right, Moline needs to, if they're going to be able to go with a pitch, they first have to get a chance to hit some, so they need to get some outs and use that stellar defense. Now they've got Alexis Johnson on the mound, and she's facing cleanup hitter Kelly Brumman. Kelly is senior, and she is the catcher. Oh yeah, comes in. That is a huge pitch in this situation. They just want outs right now, and if possible, save no more than 1 run.
Well, and credit Mark Gerlach. It's tough to bring out a starting pitcher this early in the ball game, but he did the right thing.
Oh, change right away.
You have to stop the Joliet momentum right now.
So the count even at 1-1. Bases jammed. Top half of the first inning of this double-A game. Johnson down shortstop to third base, coming home with the ball. It makes the out at home, and they get the sure. No chance in the double, but they got the lead runner. They hit into a forced play. So the out goes from short or third to home, and a fielder's choice for Brumman.
Well, and you notice the defense is playing in on this ball, and why is that so early in the game? Because Jacek has thrown 27 shutouts, so it's going to be awful tough to score off of Jacek. Moline knows they have to prevent the score in this inning.
This is Reese short, right up the middle. Coming in to score from third, and runner on the way from second is going to be out, and a great tag by Leanne Barber on the throw from center fielder Kelly Bromley. So they do get one run, but they get the out, and also hold the runners at first and second.
And early on, that could be a pivotal play. Great communication in the infield to let the ball go through. Great communication. She comes up. It's do or die. You got to field it like that. The only way. Look at the communication there, letting it go. Not great tag. Not a perfect throw, but she got rid of the ball quickly. She charged the ball hard, got rid of the ball quickly. Catcher put the tag in.
Whoa, ripped by Elaine Panensic. They've got two key outs as Johnson came in, and we talked about the Stellar D. Heads up, good throw, great tag. A good tag anyway, and any tag that get him out, it's a good tag.
That's not as easy as it looks either, with the runner coming in and having to catch the ball and put the tag on. Great job by Moline's catcher.
Panensic, center fielder, fielded by Cassandra Hallstrom, unassisted for the out. So after what looked like could have been a huge inning, bases jammed, nobody out. They get away with only one run, so they got to feel good about that. We'll be back with the second half. And there's that flag picking up a little bit, and you see the 1-0 score, and I tell you what, they wanted to come up since they lost the flip and score early, and they did. Here's the defense for the Steelmen. The infield, Cruz, Schuster, O'Connell, and Schwartz. Third to first. The outfield, left to right, Olivas, Planensek, and Saxon. And the battery, Jacek and Brumman.
Well, for Moline to get out of that with just one run scored shows that they played great defense. It wasn't their defense in the first inning. The two walks hurt them, and then they scored on base hits.
Jacek starts off with a strike. She has been, look at that ERA, .3 at 8, and she has just been dynamite.
Well, 27 times nobody has scored on her. So.
And folks, that's out of 36 games, so not bad. Well hit, but Moline has faced in all of the competitions many great pitchers, so they won't have a difficulty making contact, but getting hits is another thing.
Exactly. They play in the tough Western Big Six, so they see good pitching.
Well, you said Moline's got to get on them early, and there's a shot. Oh, it's stolen. Katie O'Connell, coach's daughter, steals a hit from Cassandra Hallstrom. Oh, timed it perfectly.
Great hitting time on this play. Katie O'Connell goes up, times it perfectly, and makes a great catch. And that was one of our keys to the game. They have to take Jacek to right field. To hit Jacek, you have to hit her to right field.
She practically threw her bat at that ball just to do it. Did you see how strong she was to hit it that hard and with that bad position right where you say end of the bat? Kelly Bromley up now, the senior center fielder, facing Jacek. 1-0 on the count. 1-0. Oh, and that one's got dropping hard, and trying to make the play was Colleen Schuster. Almost a fabulous play, but it drops out of her glove, and it'll probably be scored as a hit.
We'll see how they score, but that, in my book, has to go in as a hit.
It is
the
an
ball
infield
had
hit.
eyes.
And she does get the infield hit, so Moline said you have to get on Jacek early.
You have to score early against Jacek. That was just a great effort. Looked like she had it in her glove, just couldn't hang on.
Oh, that ball is going down the left field line. Will it be fair? No, just foul. Boy, Coach Mark Gerlach just threw up his arms like, why couldn't we just get one of those to go fair?
Well, it's a game of breaks and inches, and that was an inch that Moline liked to have on that play. Left fielder was charging in, as you noticed, to cover the possible bunt at third, and almost got burned on the play.
Putting it down is Hallstrom, out at first, but advancing the runner. Heidi Hallstrom goes down with 2 outs. They now have the tying run in scoring position, the person of Kelly Bromley. Bringing up Amber Bertod and she is the cleanup hitter.
Moline's been in some tough games, so they're just not going to roll over and die here. It credits them. They came out swinging the bats, and that's what you have to do against a tough pitcher. You've got to be aggressive.
Amber wearing number 11, sizing up the situation. And leading off is Bromley out at second. Jacek with the pitch right down the pipe on the outside corner.
That's where Mary likes to live, on that outside corner. She has a great curveball. And then to go with that 60, 64-mile-an-hour pitch, she's got an awesome change.
I heard a stat about a week ago. You have 0.43 seconds to make a decision.
It's not a lot of time from 40 feet. You've got to decide. It's awful tough.
So people wonder how you get fooled. You don't even have time to make this. You're looking for a zone. You're looking for a hit. That ball fouled hard. Back. And the count is 1-2. There are 2 outs as the bottom half of the first inning Class AA championship game, with the lead being held right now by Joliet. They're trying to protect it with Moline threatening in the bottom half. Jacek is a very tall young lady, has great levers, good strength, and she really has fun playing the game. I was listening to her talk earlier. She says, you know what? Somebody asked about their bat. She says, it's about time. We're ready.
They've been ready since 1998. They really have been. They've been on a mission this year, and they've played like that.
It's kind of like they were just waiting for the curtain to go up. Comes inside with that one, wastes a pitch 1 and 2 as she's been ahead.
They ran through the regular season just mowing down everybody. They are beatable. Jacek is beatable. Stagg beat him this year. Beat Jacek 3-2 in conference play. But when you give her one run, she gets awful tough.
Ball well hit out to right field underneath it. Christina Saxon makes the grab, so Moline threatens but does not score. And after one complete inning, it is 1-0 Joliet. Hey, it's one of the Moline fans, and you know, I think she has a toga on.
Toga party in the Moline section of the bleachers tonight.
Apparently there was a little gag going on with the fans. They've been dressing up in different costumes at different times just to psych up the kids. And tonight they promised if they got the championship, it'd be toga night. So we have a young fan in costume.
Future softballer down there, the little one.
There you go. I really like the headdress. That ball fouled off. And this is Mary Jacek from pitcher to hitter. And you said Jacek and Jacek D. Well, we've seen the D. Now it's time for the bat.
And she can hit.
Oh.
Hit one off the fair pole.
The fair pole, good point.
For a home run.
It was still going when last we saw it.
Like I said in the opener, she's just put this team on her back and carried them. Very driven young lady.
Oh, there's a look at that power down left field, cut off nicely by Jamie Wooden, and holds her to a single on a well-hit ball to left.
That play was harder than it looked, and she slipped a little bit on the play, and that was just a great defensive play to keep that ball in front of her.
The third baseman, number 12, Serena.
Just a nice, compact swing, but she does have power.
So down to first, the leadoff batter is on again for the Steelmen, and that brings up Serena Cruz, the third baseman. Serena looks to butt. They go high and outside, making it tough and no play.
Again, Joliet's execution in the short game with the bunt has just been excellent this year, and that's how you win ball games. You move the runner.
Serena batting number 8 in the lineup.
Don't let that fool you. She can hit.
There's a gapper right there, right center, cut off by Bromley, and great, oh, what a great throw. You talk about Moline's defense. There it is, right on the money. Holds Jacek to second. So a back-to-back singles for the Steelmen.
Their defense is keeping them in this game right now. Center fielder got a great jump on the ball. Again, that could have been a gap shot. Turns and quick release. That's the same girl that threw the girl out of home. Just gets rid of the ball very quickly.
Maribel Olivas up to bat, the number 9 hitter.
Hey, you got to be looking to be bunting here.
And she does, puts it down nicely, goes to third. Oh, great play. Now, what we talked about in the open was the defense of Moline and the hitting of Joliet. You've got 2 heavyweights and 2 departments going at each other, and they're both playing great.
Well, they put the takeaway play here on. You want to get the runner at third. I think that's a great call by Mark Gerlach. What do you have to lose? If you don't get the out, you have bases loaded with a force at home. That's a great play, gutsy play. They have to do something like that to keep themselves close in this game.
So that 2-6 for the first out, and that puts Olivas at first and brings up leadoff hitter Colleen Schuster. Colleen walked her first time up.
Now with one out here, if she does bunt, you're not going to go to third with the bunt on that because then it'd be 2. You'd be going to first on that one. But probably hitting away here.
Big lead off, of course, at first by Cruz. I'm sorry, by Olivas. And you can bet these girls will be running if they give it down. Again in a gap. Will it be caught? Coming over for it. Koenig tries for it. It goes through, and Bromley's going to have to pick it up. 1 run will score, and everybody is flying around the bases. And coming in is Mary Jacek, so the pitcher scores. I'm sorry, that was Serena Cruz coming in. Going to third is Maribel Olivas. And Schuster in to second.
Well, she went with the pitch real well here. Pitch on the outside corner. She just drilled it to right center. Good effort by the right fielder. You like to see him get down and dirty there. And look at Jacek here. Or I'm sorry, Cruz here tagging. Great base running. Ball's hit behind you. You've got to be tagging. You can score if it drops.
There you see Schuster.
Leadoff hitter. Still a great RBI producer.
And guess what? Leadoff hitter on both times. That ball hits eyes, and again those bats are ringing in between the hole and short and third. And going behind the throw into second, and she's in safely, but the runner at third does not go anywhere. So another hit. And another run. So Maribel Evans scores. And on the throw, Saxon goes on to second.
Well, Joliet right now is just doing the little things. She knows Coach Mack down the field. They're holding up the runner. First runner scored, then he holds up that one. Then the other runner taking the extra base on the cutoff.
And that brings up, after a single last time up to bat, Katie O'Connell. There you look at Saxon, who's standing on second on the throw in. She took second after the single.
The second baseman, number 20.
So the top of the lineup certainly doing the job for the Steelmen.
Well, Joliet has brought their big bats to this tournament. They're hitting .396 this weekend.
That's a career for
Well,
two people.
Their averages weren't as impressive coming in. I shouldn't say not that good. They're a great hitting ball club, but they play in the tough Sitka West Conference where they're seeing great pitching game in and game out.
And in the matchup weekend games, there you get a look at going down to the pulled in infield down to second, but not able to make the play. Full the first baseman, but Hansen makes the play and gets the out to Hallstrom. But a run does score. They had pulled in to try to stop the run coming home.
Right, you have to pull the defense in to keep them from scoring, and then these ground balls are getting through. Second baseman made a good choice on getting the out. You don't want the big inning. She had no chance. The contact play was on. She had no chance at home.
So Saxon is at third, Brumman at bat, goes down to shortstop Heidi Hallstrom, over to her sister Cassandra Hallstrom. Finally they get out of this inning, but not before some serious damage by Joliet. 3 runs, bringing the score to 4-0, and we've only played an inning and a half. There are some very happy Steelman rooters painted in gold and blue as their team takes a 4-0 lead. Moline at bat in the person of Jamie Wooden, the junior, her first time up, the left fielder. And Jacek has just what she'd like, a lead to pitch from.
When you give her the lead, she has come through for you all year.
Moline's been coming back all year. They've played some great competition. They have some losses. They know what it's like to be behind. That's not a problem. It's way early in this ball game. The big thing is they need to go, like you said, to right, and they need to make something happen. As earlier, the better. Put something on the board. Ball popped up. Let's see if it's going to be out of play. Serena Cruz. And she makes the out against the fence. So the pop-up on the nice play by third baseman Serena Cruz for out number 1.
Dale O'Connell's compared her to Heather Suka, the great third baseman that Joliet had in '98 that's now playing at Indiana. And Cruz is only a junior. As you can see, a little fire plug out there. Real excited.
High praise. And batting now is the catcher, Leanne Barber. Leanne, of course, had that nice tag. And there's a ball that's going to drop in for a hit in front of left fielder Maribel Olivas. So we have a hit. So far they've been able to get hits in the second batter, but have yet to have the leadoff on.
That's right. It's crucial to get the leadoff hitter on, but I credit Moline. You know, they're still playing great defense. They've not made an error, and they're staying aggressive at the plate.
Absolutely. They just needed to have eyes a little bit. Stephanie Hansen stepped up, the second baseman, and she'd love to move Leanne Barber around. Good pitch. He lives on that outside low corner.
Well, she doesn't walk a lot of people. She knows with the lead you don't want to walk, so she's just going to let them hit.
Let her defense play behind her. When you have that many seniors, it's such a nice feeling. They play together for a long time. They know each other. And these kids really have a good time. Both teams really playing together. They really have fun. I was watching them as they waited between games. This is a game, as it should be, in the ultimate. One out, bottom of the second. Ball foul back.
She did a good job just getting her bat on that ball, protecting.
Counts 0-2, so Jacek well ahead of the batter. Oh, yeah. Tough to hit right at the knees, down the middle for out number 2.
Well, this is her bread and butter right here. Outside curve. It just freezes the batter.
Brings up designated hitter Kara Van Boren.
Number 8, Kara Van Boren.
Wearing number 8.
You just heard a fan yell, watch it outside.
Gee, you think they figured out the strategy. A runner on first is Leanne Barber. 2 outs. Bottom of the second.
From 40 feet, even when you know the pitch is coming, it's still hard to hit.
And you may look like it's coming. That ball is moving. Ball again, they're trying to go to right, and on the move is Barber, trying, of course, to get as much distance as she can and get to third on anything hit to the right side particularly.
Great call from Mark Gerlach again here. He's staying aggressive. Maybe you shake something up on their defense. You know, they're not just going up there thinking, okay, this game's over. I like that.
I heard a great quote by Denny Throneberg. He said he teaches his kids to expect the other team to make a mistake. So you go full blast, expect them to make an error, rather than going assuming they're going to make the perfect score or perfect throw or the perfect play so that you slow down.
Well, and knowing how well Jacek throws, Mark knows that. He knows he's going to have to create something, and he let the runner take off, and maybe it shakes the defense a little bit.
Counts 2-1 with 2 outs.
Number 8, put your number on number 8.
The ball dribbled down to third baseman, but the vacuum cleaner Cruz picks it up and throws it over to Schwartz at first for out number 3. So they keep them at bay once again, and after 2 complete innings, Joliet still leads. Well, a happy Joliet crowd cheering as they, everybody goes crazy when the camera gets on them.
Well, those fans have been around all year. They haven't just jumped on the bandwagon right now. They were at their regular season games cheering them on.
And Moline, too. It's so great to see the fans get into it, get painted up, and come out and support each other. And the kids really dearly love that, to have their peers support them so much. It's such a special time. Well, leading off the third inning is Carissa Schwartz, the senior first baseman, and she finds that gap. I tell you what, they're making a living, and it must be getting a little slick out. She's going for 2. The throw's coming in, and she's going to be underneath the throw as it bounces away from second baseman Stephanie Hansen. So a single and probably scored an error out there on the bobble.
Again, heads up on the coaching staff there for sending her. And it's tough out there. It is getting a little slick. She kept the ball in front of her, cut the ball off, picked it up with her bare hand. Very important. She saved some time there. But again, heads up. Schwartz is going hard from the swing, and the coach kept his eye on the ball and sent her as soon as he saw the first bobble. Great heads up play.
And a very, very rare for Moline. And the humidity in the air is probably going to make it a little slick out there. They've been playing all the day. Very few night games by these kids. They really don't get that opportunity to play under the lights, and that could affect some people too.
Well, it is definitely a different atmosphere when you're playing a state championship game, but again, Moline comes from a tradition-laden program. They're used to this. Summer ball, they play under the lights. Coach Gerlach calling a timeout there just to go in, sell them down, say, hey, just keep hanging in there, and some will go our way.
So Schwartz on the single goes to second on the air and brings up Moline Lenensen. Has yet to reach base. Batting number 6 in the lineup. but a lofty 412, so I don't think she'll be signed for real lofty. None of these bats for Joliet are. She goes, lays down the bunt, down to third baseman. Bertha, and she makes, I have not seen the call yet, but she is out at first, but she does her job and advances the runner to third. So Schwartz goes to third on the sacrifice by Plenensek, and that brings up Mary Jazek.
Plenensek has great speed. She almost beat that ball out. That was a good play by the Moline third baseman. And again, bunting with no outs runner at second, you never have enough in a state championship game.
They're keeping it away and really keeping an eye down there on Schwartz at third.
Well, Joliet's known to squeeze at any time, and you've got the pitcher up. You might like to keep her off the bases. Maybe you put the squeeze on here, but she can hit the fly ball for the sacrifice also.
Jacek, of course, has power.
Looks like screwball coming.
And she has been predominantly a pull hitter this tournament.
She can hit to all fields, really.
She can do it all. Like you said, she's been putting this team on her back, just carrying on. But she's had a lot of help. I mean, they're just a tremendous hitting ball club. And, of course, their team batting average has been .305 for the season. They're hitting .396 for the tournament, almost 100 points.
And credit, again, Joliet and their coaching staff. Jacek gets a lot of the credit in the media, and this team has done a nice job rallying behind her and playing great defense behind her.
Johnson brings it, and they don't allow her to hit anything deep, and so she gets a pass to first base. The runners at the corners brings up Serena Cruz.
Well, again, another little thing that Joliet does. Jacek didn't take off right when the pitch was thrown, thinking it's ball four. She let the umpire make the call first before she went on down to first, and that's a good one for the young ball players watching. Wait for the umpire to make the ball four call.
Cruz single, goes down Jacek. They don't even make a play on her, let her go down freely. Very common play in softball.
That's tough to defend at the high school level. College and women's ball, they do a better job defending that. The catchers will throw through and run the runner back. But at the high school level, you don't want to give them another run without hitting the ball.
So Cruz took the strike to protect and gets strike two. So Johnson goes ahead now on this batter, on Cruz, who is 1 for 1 with a single in the second inning, and she did score. She has 2 runners in scoring position, and she'd love to add to that lead because Moline can come back against anyone.
Very important for Moline to shut them down right now. Again, for Joliet, you can never have enough runs when you're in the state championship game.
There's 1 out. Ball fouled back. Hanging tough with an 0-2 count. Cruz, we talked about her tough third baseman, had a lot of plays so far in this game.
She's been a pleasant surprise for Coach O'Connell.
And fouls back another one. So she's right on, just a little bit underneath of it.
Love her attitude. She gets in there and just challenges you. Same way at third base, and she's got a smile on her face. She just loves this game.
Those hot corner third basemen, they just love the action. Oh, Johnson wanted that pitch. She's looking like, oh boy, that would have been big too. She just about, in her disappointment with the call, took her eye off of it, but heads up defense, Hansen was right there just in case. Another indicator of the tough defense and heads up fundamentals of Moline.
Now with 1 out, Coach Gerlach is choosing to push the shortstop back.
Big pitch, gets the called strike for out number 2. So with runners at second and third, all she has to do is get this batter.
Big pitch here. Now you go to 2 outs. Again, it was a screwball, and that has been working for her so far. Huge pitch.
That target given her by catcher Leanne Barber.
And we mentioned before with him playing the shortstop back, it may have been because Cruz is a pull hitter. Doesn't want to score 2 runs on what could be a ground ball out.
Maribel Olivas on at bat right now.
Now with 2 outs, obviously the infield's back.
He scored in the second inning after getting on fielder's choice, and Moline wants to check. Now, of course, the coach can only come out once without having to take out the pitcher, so the catcher is going to do the duties out here.
And exactly, and they need to do that. They've got to break Moline's momentum. Joliet's momentum. As you can see, they can just get up there and swing the bat. You've got to break the momentum. What they're probably talking about here is it's the 9 batter. Don't take her lightly, but yet let's not see the top of the order for the 3rd time this game.
And don't worry about the runs. Get the out. Wherever you got to get it.
Get the out.
If they can get out of this, this would be a huge emotional lift.
Another thing, don't be surprised for the bunt, even with 2 outs.
So Maribel Olivas fouled back, slaps her bat on the ground. She wanted that pitch. As we mentioned, 0.43 seconds to decide. You look for a place where you expect the ball to be, and if it's in that area, you swing.
Pick a zone.
Foul, that ball fouled, going hard was Berthoud, unable to get it. So 0-2, Johnson gets well ahead of number 9 batter Olivas.
If Moline can get out of this with no run scored, they've done a big boost for them. They'll get some momentum going into their at-bat, and they're swinging a good stick right now.
Huge, and they're going to be coming up with 9-1 too, so that would be a real nice place to be. Waste a pitch, 1-2, 2 outs. We're in the top half of the 3rd inning, AA championship game.
Moline needs a boost right now.
Fouled back. Battling all the way is Olivas, making Johnson work on the mound.
Boy, you can tell Johnson's just bearing down, try to get the strikeout here, the ground ball, pop up something to get them out of this inning. Let's see that again. That's what I thought she might have balked there. Called timeout. We can.
Well, that would be not the way you would want to advance anybody, I tell you what. There have been a few balks called in the tournament, and I don't think it's not something you see too often. There have been 4 called this tournament against her. But fouled back. I'm sure she's been well advised of what not to do.
Well, this is what I was talking about before. I'm not sure if she brought her hands together and then put them back down. There, right there, right there. That might have been an illegal pitch, but I'm not sure if timeout was called before that.
Oh, either way, whatever it was, she does get that batter on a strikeout, so a huge comeback for Johnson, and they get out of it with runners at second, third, leave them stranded. So after 3. With Alexis Johnson coming up to bat. With Alexis Johnson coming up to bat, I tell you what, the end of that last half inning, we'll have a look at it a little bit later, was very interesting. And a strike 1 is the call. And Moline would love to, Johnson would love to make the transition from pitcher right to hitter. Here's the end of that last half inning when she looked what apparently was a balk, but time was called ahead. We'll show it to you a little bit later as she prepares with an 0-1 count against Jacek. Hill lays off of that 1-1. And here's the pitch in question.
With runners at second and third here, the pitcher presents the ball, but then she comes back apart with her hands. Here comes the end of the inning.
And there's the strikeout. We actually, what had happened was a little bit ahead of that. She had put her hands together and then taken them apart, and then what you saw was the part where she put them back and went again. So, but time had been called ahead of that, so she lucked out there, looks like.
That's right, and again, with the big strikeout, what we were talking about, Moline needed that. Even though they're down 4-0, which is pretty tough against Jacek, it still gives them a little bit of momentum in there. And Joliet hasn't broken them yet on defense. They're playing good defense, and they're going up there swinging good bats.
And coming out of that tough emotional lift, it's got to be great. Now here you are with runners that could have made it probably untouchable, and get out of it. So Johnson would like to help her own cause here. We're in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. They're down 4-0. And Jacek shows no signs of weakening. There you go. That's just what you want. So, boy, coach was right. G.D., way to go.
That's just a great hit there. It's your number 9 hitter. After you just had a stop on defense, you come out, and the coach can't ask for anything more. I'm just getting chills here talking about it. Barrel down to the ball. Great follow through. Takes right off.
And that brings up Cassandra Hallstrom, and we talked in the open about if you wanted somebody key up at a special time, this is the woman you want. So let's see what Cassandra can do. That's her first leadoff hitter on. And it's going nice. Is it going to drop in there? Oh, nice play over the shoulder by Schuster. Takes away any chance of a hit by Hallstrom. And out number 1.
Well, I'm sure that's not what Coach Gerlich had in mind. He let her hit away. You know, you're down 4-0. Do you bunt? Do you hit away? You're hoping your batter pits a little better pitch to swing at. She got a little jam there. Probably like to have that at bat back.
Kelly Bromley up to bat. Kelly had a single in the first inning. Advanced to second and was stranded there. And again, that ball popped up, this time to second baseman Katie O'Connell for out number 2. So Jacek getting everybody to hit air balls, and you don't make too many. I've never seen a bad hop on a fly ball.
No, that's what she's done all year. It's harder than it looks in there, but you get in there and it's just really hard to get anything solid on her.
So the leadoff hitter had a single in the person of pitcher Alexis Johnson, and that ball hit down to second. Diving stop, Katie O'Connell, but unable to make the play. As quickly legging it out is Heidi Hallstrom. Good base running by the Maroons.
One of the Hallstrom sisters there coming through. Rally here. Moline must score.
Well, you've got your cleanup hitter, as you see the ball going, just stopped by the diving Katie O'Connell, but unable to make a play. And cleanup hitter Amber Bertad, who flied out to the right fielder last time at bat, would love, dearly love to hit to right and advance people. They can't keep stranding runners.
Well, I'll give Jacek credit. They get on, but the last 60 feet against her is almost impossible to get.
Again, she's pitching outside, trying to keep it away from the cleanup hitter with power, the third baseman. Bertha.
Well, this is where you want to be if you're Moline. Got the middle of your order up, 2 runners on base.
Tried to go with the pitch, fouled it back, and she's getting everybody to come underneath that ball.
And there's 2 outs, so there's no question that the base runners will be off to the races.
Moline has good speed.
And they've had 4 hits off of Jacek through 3 innings.
She just haven't been able to string them together. Infield's outfield's in fairly shallow for a cleanup hitter, trying to cut off the runs. And that ball goes down to second baseman O'Connell, who makes it cleanly over to Schwartz. So after threatening, Moline unable to push across a run. After 3 complete innings, it is still 4-0, Joliet. As you look at some of the Joliet fans, remind you that the broadcast rights for the Illinois High School Association Class AA Softball Championship has been granted to Fox Sports Net and Intersport Television by the IHSA. Any unauthorized reproduction or rebroadcast of this event is prohibited. Well, Moline got out of the jam last inning. Johnson led off with a single, and they stranded her out there, so unable to score. So what they need to do is hold them again and get to bat.
Try it again. Play that great defense they've been playing, and then get back in and try to score.
Colleen Schuster, leadoff hitter at bat. No, she rips one down. Will it stay fair? Oh, just foul down the left field line as Wooden went after it. Schuster's been a thorn in the side of the Maroons, being on base both times and scoring once.
Well, you may be wondering why she didn't dive. She didn't know if that ball was going to be fair or foul. And when the ball's on the line, either right field or left field, you really can't dive for it because there's nobody behind you and you can get a triple out of it. So she made the right decision to stay up on that.
So 1-1's the count.
Obviously, if she knew it was going to be foul, she could dive. Nothing to lose there if you know the ball's going to be foul.
Johnson 2-1 against the leadoff hitter Schuster. Schuster, junior shortstop. Walked and singled. And there's a second single, this time to right center. And doggone, she is just awesome leading off. 3 for 3 on base percentage in this game.
It just gives the coach a lot of options now when you can get that leadoff hitter aboard. They can bunt, hit and run, straight steal.
Christina Saxon 1 for 1, walked and singled. Tell you what, we talked about the great offense of Joliet. 4 innings, 4 times leadoff runner's been on. Ball popped up, caught quickly by Barber for the out. Great job, one of the few batting errors by Joliet.
Well, I saw that in the Normal West game. They popped up a bunt, but Normal threw it away. She just got under this a little bit. The ball was going up, bat under the ball. Catcher made a good play, catching the ball first before she looked to throw it.
The second baseman.
She took her eye off it a little bit as she went to bump it. I'm not sure she saw the ball all the way to the bat. Well, Schuster at first, O'Connell at bat. Good swing by O'Connell. Big leadoff by Schuster, but she hustles back. O'Connell's had a couple of nice plays out in the outfield. Coach's daughter.
On that on that bunt, you don't know if coach gave her bunt for a sacrifice or bunt for a hit, and that would make a difference there too.
Good swing. And that ball, bounced. A nice stop by Cassandra Hallstrom. Good throw down by Barber.
Job of the first baseman, stop the ball. And she did a nice job doing that.
Such solid fundamentals by both teams. Everybody moving on every pitch, right where they're supposed to be, backing up.
Well, Illinois-bound O'Connell has come back from eye injury, acceptable surgery. So they didn't have her the majority of the season. And they accomplished what they did without one of their big sticks and great defensive second basemen in the lineup.
How hesitant does that make you when the pitcher's going inside on you like that?
I think she needs to stick with that screwball and bring back the change. That's been working real well for her. That screwball's been hard to hit.
If I've had an occipital, that's an eye bone injury. I'd be a little nervous when the pitcher's coming inside at me a little bit. I wouldn't want to go back for surgery for that, but I tell you, these kids are tough, and certainly she's been cleared medically. So that ball is up.
You know, she wanted to play a lot earlier than the doctor wanted her to. She's a tough, hard-nosed kid, coach's daughter, and she's just had what a great end to her senior year.
And Drummond, oh my gosh, a little bit of communication error there with 2 outs, and between shortstop Heidi Hallstrom and Amber Berthod, and unfortunately that ball drops in.
Well, the shortstop has to keep coming on the play. Even though third baseman's going over, she did keep charging it, just didn't get down soon enough.
She was trying to give her the kick for the assist to make the out, but unfortunately it just was not been able to. So look at E5, or E6 rather, and runners at first and second.
Well, we'll see if Johnson can shut them down. You can't give Joliet 4 outs in an inning. It's tough enough giving them 3 outs in an inning.
That's Carissa Schwartz, 2 for 2, and she makes solid contact again, but this time up and back. Had some clouds moving in, some somewhat dark, ominous-looking clouds as the wind stays pretty calm, and hopefully we'll be able to comfortably get through this game without any weather issues. I can assure you that the most exciting action's on the field.
Like it should be.
High and outside. John, throw down second. Oh, nice arm by Barber, trying to catch somebody napping out there, but Schuster wide awake.
Moline is not quitting, and you like to see that out of a ball club down 4-0 early, and they're just gutting it out.
Nice and good pitch by Johnson. And she gets the strikeout, so she gets out of it without any runs. So 4-0, they're able to hold. Again, they threaten, but they do not score. So Moline needs to get those sticks going. There you get a look at the football stadium behind this gorgeous facility here in Maribel Field, and the score, you can see Moline's been hitting the ball. They just have not been able to push across any runs.
Well, Moline definitely wants to try to get something going here.
Leading off will be Jamie Wooden, the left fielder. The junior. Wearing number 10, a little low goes Jacek. Get an idea of how tough Joliet has been at bat. They have 30 hits this weekend, and the Class AA record is 31 as that ball goes out to second baseman Katie O'Connell, who gobbles up the fly ball for out number 1. So they're just 1 away from tying and 2 away from breaking the AA record that has stood since '95.
By Belleville East, and a few of those hits were against us back in 1995.
Remember a couple of those, DJ?
I remember a few of those at 10 innings.
Oh, they had extra innings to get some of those hits. So.
10 inning, 3 rain delays, I think.
Leanne Barber showed off her great arm going down to second, trying to catch the runner asleep. Up to bat, number 6. She has singled her last time up. They've had 1 leadoff batter on in there for 4 innings. That ball popped up high to right fielder Saxon, who squeezes for out number 2. So Joliet showing their own defense.
Joliet has great speed in the outfield. You have Saxon and Planasek.
And it'll leave us out and left. You're exactly right. And they cover for each other so well. But I'll tell you what, with the way Jacek's been pitching, they haven't been a lot of balls to the outfield. Stephanie Hansen up to bat.
Jacek will be attending SIU Carbondale next year.
You know, it's so nice to see so many more opportunities for girls in softball at the college level as Jacek fields it and sits down, makes a tough throw for O'Connell to come over and cover, and we'll see whether it's scored as a hit or an error. It will be scored as a hit, and so Hansen is on. The official score is going to call it an error on the pitcher on the throw. It was a weird play. She just seemed to lose her footing as O'Connell came over there and unable to make the grab.
Well, again, credit Coach Gerlach here, having them bunt, make Joliet field the ball, see if they can do that.
So with 2 out, Kara Van Voren, the designated hitter, up to bat.
Well, O'Connell plays a very deep second base, and maybe with 2 outs, the bunt surprised her a little bit. And a little late getting to the bag, didn't quite get her footing there.
They keep it there, it won't matter. Playing a little dancing game out there as Hansen. Of course, in softball, once you make a decision, when the ball's being held by a pitcher in the circle or any player in the circle, you got to go that way. But of course, that was not what's happened. Good lead up at first. Van Voren asking for time to get set. Goes with the pitch, but there's O'Connell. She might have caught it on the fly, but just to make sure, she goes over to first, as all well-schooled players do, and they get out of that inning. Oh, what a great shot by our crew here. They just do a terrific job of bringing you these telecasts. And we want to remind you that for the most complete coverage and up-to-date information on your favorite Illinois high school team or athlete, log on to the official IHSA website at www.ihsa.org. They have a great sports zone where they have up-to-the-minute scores. So as anything is occurring live, every half inning, the score is up there on the web.
On Friday, I was checking that out before I came up to watch Normal West play. And they update them right away.
Oh, golly, what else is new? 5 innings and 5 leadoff hitters on, and they have just tied the record for most hits in a weekend.
31 shared with Belleville East.
Lenensek is the batter of note at this point. Number 10 standing on first, so they're tied. So the first person to have a chance at breaking the record for her team is who else? The girl that's been carrying them on the back all tournament long and season long.
Look for a bunt here. Yep.
She puts it down. Nobody at third, but quickly covering back, heads up is Johnson, and she is out in the sacrifice. So far the record's intact, but I suspect not for long.
Well, Jacek bunting there. Does a nice job getting on top of the ball, keeps her feet still until the ball is down, and then runs it out. Good call there. You get your pitcher off the base. You don't have to waste a pinch runner. You get the runner into scoring position. Jacek gets to sit down and rest for a couple outs.
Serena Cruz up to bat. She's 1 for 2, and again, leadoff batter on, get an out. Can Johnson hold him once again in the good defense and get another chance at bat? That's what they've been doing. That ball is hit in a troubled spot, going out for it, and Stephanie Hansen makes the grab, but tagging up quickly and going to third is Plenensek. So heads up base running after the nice catch by Hansen.
She did a nice job drop stepping on that ball instead of backpedaling, drop stepping to her left, made a good catch over her shoulder, and then didn't take a long time getting rid of the ball. The runner was tagging, ball behind, you need to be tagging, and ran to third.
Maribel Olivas at bat. Maribel struck out, and a fielder's choice. Number 9 batter, so they will have batted around for the 3rd time, giving you an idea of the number of hits that they've thrown together, and walks as well. They have just been on base all the time. That ball popped up. Infield being called by Bertha, and caught by catcher Leanne Barber for out number 3. So again, threat, no score. Moline comes back. So we'll be back in just a minute. Alexis Johnson at bat tries to swing away on that one going to right field, and she is the only leadoff batter to get on for the Maroons, and here she is again, batting out of the number 9 spot, and would love to do it again here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, they'd like to get something going here and get a run across. And this inning, they are the home team. If they could play for a run this inning, run the 6th inning, then you never know. It's never over till it's over.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen some awful strange things in softball. A bounce here, a hit there, a walk there. You just don't know. Swing away, 0-2. So quickly, Jacek goes ahead. against her counterpart, Alexis Johnson, who came in to relieve Lindsay Erickson in the first. Johnson singled, her only time at bat. Close, but called a ball, 1 and 2.
Well, it's not a strike until the umpire calls it a strike.
And you talked earlier about waiting until the call is made. Everybody's got to do their job. The umpires are great, and they make it to the tournament based on their abilities as well. It's quite an honor for them to reach this pinnacle as well. And she goes down on strike, so Jacek sets her down. Not sure Johnson agreed with that call, but she's going to sit anyway.
The first baseman, number 7, Cassandra Hallstrom.
It was close.
Out curve, right on the corner.
Almost impossible to hit, whether she swung at it or not. And as the innings have gone on, Jacek may even be getting stronger.
Well, Jacek reminds me of a Moline pitcher from '94, Sandy Littig from Moline.
Oh.
Great outside curve, and it was tough to score on her.
Oh, I remember Littig well, just like a machine. She was just dominating in that tournament. Cassandra Hallstrom up to bat, leadoff hitter. Dearly loved to get on base. She's just been an outstanding player all season for the Maroons and has not been able to get on so far. Hit deep to center, but going back quickly with that speed you talked about. Spleninsek makes it look easy in center.
Well, her footwork helped her out on that ball. She took a drop step. Both Joliet outfielders have drop stepped and not used the back pedal.
So 2 outs and apparently cruising along is Joliet. Bottom of 5, making it look easy, but Moline just pecking away, trying to do anything to get something going, and as yet has not been able to string 2 hits together. Up to bat is Kelly Bromley. Ball outside. Good eye. 2 fine teams, 2 fine programs. Joliet, of course, the sophomores who were here against Gigi's team and did not place, and this time they are trying to make every high school athlete's dream come true and win a state championship. Fouled back, 0-2.
Well, like I said in the opener, they've been waiting for this game, the players and the fans, since June of 1998 when we beat them 1-0 in 14 innings. You can just tell it's like we're not supposed to be losing this game, and they were on a mission. Lockport beat them out last year to get to state, but all year they've been on a mission.
The ball hit hard, but right at Schuster, who didn't even have to move to catch the ball. And it is 1-2-3. Jacek sets down the Moline Maroons, who after 5 complete innings, it is 4-0. All the damage done in the first 2. Well, some people are a little bit tired after long days of softball, but there's a happy young lady. Even if for Maroons, it looks like she's got an M on that cheek. Maybe she'll have dreams of a way to get these people out and up to bat. Johnson fires in, but called a ball. Top half of the 6th inning, AA softball. Ann Penstone with Gigi McIntosh. Enjoying a great night of softball here at Northern Illinois University. That ball hit down to shortstop Heidi Hallstrom, who gobbles it up and goes over to her sister Cassandra for out number 1. And for the first time, they retired the leadoff hitter.
Well, when you're 6 outs away from a state championship, you know, sometimes you get up there and just want to get it over too, you know, when you're batting.
Or so you can relish it faster, or either savor it or get it over to be sure, because I tell you, with Moline, you've got to get, never have enough, as you mentioned. Saxon up the bat, puts down the butt, trying for the hit, and hustles down, and there's that speed, the ball goes down, but backed up nicely by right fielder Kristen Koenig. So an infield bunt hit by Christina Saxon.
Well, just like Moline did to Joliet, I think the second baseman wasn't expecting it. Little late covering. The pitcher fielded it nicely, but had nobody to throw to. Second baseman getting there late, but again, the right fielder right in line with the throw, backing it up and keeping her at first base.
And that brings up Katie O'Connell, stellar second baseman. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th. On base is Saxon and O'Connell at bat. Batting a lofty, almost 350. She puts down the button, it's fouled. Luckily she was in the box and I hit it twice. The wind has died down. It was just blowing with gale force, not quite, but it was pretty strong, and it was blowing dust bunnies all over, and the crew did a great job of getting the field down and wetted, so it was just beautiful condition. Going down second on the steel tip, throw goes down, and she is underneath the tag of Heidi Hallstrom on the throw by Leanne Barber. And I'm telling you, Barber has a great arm, so she was a little late in getting rid of it.
Well, the umpire's right on that call. See it again here. Quick release.
Had to dig it out of the dirt, so that was a little tough.
Yeah, I think she hooked around it. I got to credit the base runner with the slide on that one. The shortstop did all she could, put the tag on.
Barbara did a great job of getting rid of it in a hurry. Unfortunately, she had to dig it out of the dirt first, so a good opportunity for Saxon going down to second. There are 2 outs as O'Connell goes down, and Brumman at bat. Brumman fouls it off. Brumman reached on an error last time up. And is the cleanup hitter on a stellar hitting Joliet team. Pulls that one deep to left and hits it off the batting cage. And 0-2. So after a tough second inning, Alexis Johnson has really settled down and pitched a nice game with good defense behind her, not allowing Joliet to do a whole lot. Just as I say that, one goes down, and oh boy, that is just foul right on the line. As third base umpire Barry Pepper making a good call and right on it.
Yeah, that ball was foul. Again, the left fielder taking a great angle at the ball. Getting over there to cut it off.
Moline breathes a sigh of relief. And Brumman back for try number 2. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Change of pace, down to third, foul. Grab backhand by Berthod.
Well, you notice the catcher looking in the dugout in between pitches. She's getting the sign from the coaching staff. Some coaching staffs call the pitches and have the catchers call the game.
What do you do, Gigi?
Well, it depends. Usually during the regular season, I have them call it so they get used to that. But come postseason, I call the game just because it then puts the pressure on me. You know, it's not the kid there trying to make the decision what pitch to call and worry about playing defense.
Less to think about.
Exactly.
Johnson fires high. Wastes the pitch.
You just saw a picture of Coach Gerlach there over in the third base dugout. His daughter, Lisha, played for Moline.
Rather well.
On their state championship game. And now plays at Iowa.
You know, Moline, having been here 9 times, it's no accident they have so many players playing college, and there's a dad of one of them.
Good picture of Mark there. And his 2 assistants also started on state championship teams back in 1987. Kelly Davis and Lori McKenzie.
It's so nice to see kids come back, and especially their own school. They have such a pride having a feel for that school and that program. And of course, they usually know what's wanted. You don't have to reteach them or research. And ball hard hit, but out. Shortstop Heidi Hallstrom grabs it, so again, no damage. Heidi Johnson holds him, and now Moline coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, fun at the old ballpark there. Corn dogs, fresh squeezed lemonade, and happy fans, especially if you're with Joliet. And they have just broken the Class AA record for most hits in a weekend with that bunt single in the last half of the inning. 32 now the record for AA. And I suppose it's very fitting the way they've done it. And they have had no extra inning games to pull it off as well.
And how ironic with a bunt signal to break the record. They're a great hitting team, but they also execute that short game.
Fouled hard back by Carissa Schwartz, the senior first baseman, number 4. Apologize for that. Of course, that's Heidi Hallstrom. Number 4 for the other team is Carissa Schwartz, and that is Hallstrom, who has been got on a sacrificed and singled in the game, and now she goes down unassisted to first baseman Carissa Schwartz for out number 1.
Well, again, you're seeing what Joliet does so well is play defense behind Jazik.
Amber Boothon, fly out and ground out. Amber has been playing a nice third base for Moline, and strike number 1 by Jacek.
Well, and you mentioned earlier about players coming back and giving to the game with the assistant coaches coming back. You like to see that because they have been given so much.
And they can come from a different perspective. You know, when they talk to the kids, they've been there. They felt it in the same way that their now proteges are doing it.
Exactly.
25 years we've been playing this game in the state. It seems like a long time, but it's such a neophyte compared to the guys' sports, and we're now seeing the return of the generations, and it's great. Slide out, grab by O'Connell for out number 2. So right now Joliet counting the outs toward a state championship, and I believe they're down to 4. Left fielder Jamie Wooden up to bat. Jamie yet to be on base, and like to change that right now. Ball number 1. Jacek flied out, or Jamie's flied out twice in this ball game, so she's made contact. Up to the pitcher, going through, shortstop grabs it, nice stretch by the first baseman Teresa Schwartz, and Schuster throws her out for out number 3, so the Maroons go down 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of 6, 3 outs to go. Will we see a chant? And the fans have the lights on them. They're still cheering for their Steelmen as they look at 3 outs away from a championship. But first, let's bat and see if we can get some insurance. Sometimes we see some subs as we get a chance to play different positions or get experiences in championship ball games. And it looks like we do have a change. For Moline, number 22, Maribel Olivas has moved in from her left field position to catch. That's Molly Hankins. Correction, Molly Hankins has come in for Moline as that out goes to Stephanie Hansen for out number 1 off the bat of Teresa Schwartz. So it's nice to see kids, and just a freshman, so Hankins getting some championship experience behind the plate.
Well, speaking of playing time, that's what's nice about keeping the 3rd and 4th place game, because you can get some kids in that have been role players for you all year.
Lanansek up to base. We also have Hudnall at second as well. Tara Hudnall, a junior, getting experience at second base. That's great. Love to see. It's a classic thing by Gerlach. It's no way of conceding loss or a victory. It's simply, hey, you know, I got a lot of players that can play. And I want them to have experience and remember this for the rest of their lives.
Exactly, and it's the offense that they've got to get going in the bottom of the 7th.
Right, any change like you talk about momentum, that ball hit deep to left. Jamie Wooden makes the squeeze, and down goes Lanansek. Eileen has been on 2 out of her 4 times.
Well, right now, Joliet just can't wait to get back out there and play defense.
Jacek's like, okay, I'd like to get a hit, but I'd really like to pitch 3 outs. Wanted one before the other. Pitcher Mary Jacek out, flies up to Heidi Hallstrom, who squeezes for out number 3. So we got 2 young ladies in the ballgame, Hudnall and Hankins, and we are coming up to the last, possibly 3 outs for a championship. There you see the very nervous and probably butterfly-laden coach of Joliet.
Dale O'Connell, and what a just a neat feeling to have your daughter out there at second place playing for a state championship game, a la Denny and Dara Thronberg. We'll wonder if they can end the same way.
Be a great end of the dream. Molly Hankins came in to play defense, but Leanne Barber re-enters to bat for Moline. And she gets a leadoff hit, so Moline and Barber coming back in. You know, sometimes a little change, throw something into the soup, see what happens.
Well, you see her there on first base. Come on, you guys, it's not over. Come on. And hey, what great character for that. You know, you're down 4 runs. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. You've got the Joliet fans ready to haul the trophy off, and comes up with a big base hit against a pitcher that has been giving up very few hits all season.
And only the second time they've had a leadoff hitter. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. And we'll check that for you. Looks like possibly Kelly Hand, number 15. Kelly, a junior. And she's exchanging helmets. I want this one because I can run faster with it.
At first base for Moline, number 15, Kelly Hand.
Well, it's just showing Moline's not giving in here.
Hey, that's been an active 5 spot in the lineup. 3 people, 3 spots, and now it's Hand with on with the first chance to score for the Maroons, and trying to hit around with Stephanie Hansen.
Now batting, number 3, Stephanie Hansen.
Strike 1.
Well, and Jazik's just going right at him. Bottom of the 7th inning, you're up by 4 runs. You don't want to mess around. You're just going to go right at the hitters and say, okay, if you can hit me, hit me.
It's nice to have the defense like she has behind it too. And that's 1-1, evens the count. No outs, bottom of the 7th, Moline down by 4. And right back to Jacek. She's going to make the sure out. Did not go to second and even try it. Getting the sure thing, and so the out from pitcher to first, and that advances the pinch runner down to second in Hand.
Well, the runner at second means absolutely nothing right now, and great play by Jacek to get an out. They need 3 outs for a state championship. She got 1 of them.
Kara Van Buren is at bat. Strike call. She's really crowding the plate. That pitch came inside, but on the corner.
Right now, Jacek's just focusing on the hitter. She knows they're up by 4 runs. Runner at second doesn't mean then it's going to go get the hitter.
Like to have the shutout, but you trade it for a championship medal any day of the week.
I'm sure she's thinking that same thing. The ERA does not matter right now.
I won't remember my ERA, but you can bet I'll remember when I was a state champ.
You betcha.
Kara Van Buren with 1 and 1. Hand the pinch runner out at second. Don't have to worry unless they score 4 about Barbara coming in to catch, because she could not re-enter. So that's another reason they have Hankins as a backup. Little conference, making sure we're on the same page. Rumman goes out to talk to Jacek, who has been totally in control.
Just like she has been all season. This Joliet team, you just can't say enough about them, and Coach Dale O'Connell.
And ball down to first baseman Schwartz, who, and a tough play. Great hustle as covered was Jacek, and holy cow, she's doing it all.
That's one of the best defensive plays I think I've seen all year. You don't see this much in fast pitch softball. You see it all the time in baseball. Look at Jacek break. You see that all the time in baseball. Rarely do you see a fast pitch softball player come off the mound like that to take that play. Who knows? They don't make that play. You got runners at first and third.
Instead, there's a runner at third, but there are 2 outs. And the number 9 batter, Alexis Johnson, the pitcher.
Well, right now, Coach Brumman went out, tried to say, hey, you know, it's not over. We've come this far. They've got a runner at third, but it's still not over. You've got to get that out. The car's in the garage, but you've got to put the door down.
And the batter will be pinch batter Kelly Welch, batting for in Johnson's spot. Kelly Welch, a junior, hitting .342. So this is somebody who can put the bat on the ball. 2 outs, 1 out away is Jacek, but she's got a runner on third and a good hitter at the plate, and anything can happen. So all she wants to do is get this out. Right back at her. I suppose it's fitting that Jacek gets the last out, and she tosses over to Schwartz for out number 3, and the glove
Joliet season.
As you see the mob on the field and the last batter hitting back to the pitcher, we have a state champ, and it is, for the first time, Joliet. We're back, and you see the rain pouring down in perfect timing after, however, the Steelmen of Joliet beat the Moline Maroons 4-0. Our Pepsi player of the game, who else but Mary Jazak, hitting her way to victory. Look at those stats, and she was also 3-0, of course, as she receives her and jumps up for joy. The dream has come to fruition. So for Gigi McIntosh, I'm Ann Penstone saying so long from Marybelle Field in DeKalb, Illinois. You've been watching the 2000 IHSA Class AA Softball Championship on Fox Sports Net and Intersport Television.